And hallucinations, fellow FAF players. I have a 5v5 cast here for you. This does come out to an average Joe's, although it is in the high end of things. There is one 2K player, but for the most part it is 14 to 1600. The map is 10 the plane. I have not seen it before, I just downloaded it. Right off the top of my head, this looks like a variation on, I believe the map is called Nuke the Elk or Warbox, one of those two. Pretty standard team map. There are 2 front, 3 back in their own little boxes. This could potentially get turtly, but this replay has been recommended to me, so I'm going to assume that it is not. I need to slow down. My brain is functioning faster than my tongue can follow. On the northern team, we do have Morax, Man of Action, Sucky Lucky Ducky, Total Tuna, and Casimus. This is a Mumble team. They play together a lot. This is Clan AIX, so I would expect to see good things from them as they are working together as a team. On the southern side, we have Armageddon, the 2K player, Callus, Kioma, TA for Life in 1800, and Momo Shina. Very good players on the southern side, very good teamwork on the north side. We're going to find out which way this swings. I'm going to go ahead and bump up the speed here at the beginning. We'll start watching and see how it goes. There is some reclaim in the front. I don't know what this is. Odd, very odd looking reclaim. It's like a white T1 tank. I'm not sure exactly how that works out. Scouts to the front for everybody. ACUs to the front for everybody. By God, there are mechs in the center and we have to fight over them no matter how few there are. Whopping 10 mechs in the center to fight over. The rest of them are inside the protective walls of the bases. Not a whole lot of air going on for the most part. You have 1 T1 bomber, 2 T1 bombers out for Yoma. Looks like a double team on Callus early. Morax and Man of Action pulling in very quickly. Some Mantis in for Morax as well, but with the second ACU here, I don't think they're going to land that kill, especially with the unit help and the bombers from the other side. Southern team pulling together very well to deny that kill. He was in the red, but they did save it. Point defense going up for TA for Life. Classic little bit here with the 5 walls. Spoofs radar to think that there is a PD in the center. Not seeing any. This is probably the tier 2 upgrade that Ducky is getting. Man of Action is starting the range upgrade on his Aeon Com. That is a very solid upgrade to have. Casimus finally pushing out some interceptors. He will be able to cover his team, although turning away, that was a bad choice in micro. Armageddon able to drop several interceptors without taking any losses. Momo Ashina now pushing T1 bombers as well, trying to wipe out groups of these tanks. Total Tuna wasting a whole lot of damage on those wall sections. It's always entertaining to see someone make that mistake. T2 land out for Morax. He is pushing Rhinos. Excellent choice as a Cybern player. Same deal on the right. We have Yenzines out for Total Tuna. I don't understand the appeal of Yenzines on a land spam map. They are front loaded, so they do perform slightly like Obsidians, and the speed I can take it or leave it on the speed option. I would rather have the firepower, and they do have inferior firepower to the Ilshivas, which are just brilliant. When you have the option of Ilshivas and there isn't water on the map, I don't know why you would ever build a Yenzine in the first place. Total Tuna has gun. Casimus, I believe, has gun as well. Oh man, that is a lot of damage coming down on Callus. Below 1k and boom. Callus is out of the game. Double teamed. North side playing like pros here on the teamwork. Total Tuna is going to have to get back though. There are T2 fighter bombers out from Hyoma, so he could potentially be sniped if he isn't careful. He is only on 1300 health. Fighter bombers out for Casimus as well. Gunship and a Mercy. Man of Action is going to be in trouble if he doesn't get some air help. But Casimus pushing an insane amount of interceptors, far more than any other player is pulling. Armageddon does have T2 air, so there are Swift Winds out, but it will take him some time to get a critical mass up to where he's able to take over. Brilliant little run by here, although I am sad to see Casimus extend this far. His ACU is dangerously exposed. He does have air, but he has no help for his ACU. That looks like a T2 gun ACU, but still, he's going to need some unit assistance before he pushes in. Nice clean little overcharge there. And more units coming down the center from Man of Action. He does have his spam set up, and he has recovered quite a bit of health on his commander from before. Total Tuna running clear across the map now. Mobile shields and T2 point defense up. TA for life, dropping them all over the place. Although against fighter bombers, point defense does not stand a chance. Callus calling out to his team, we need more air, and he is totally correct. There are 3 people pushing interceptors and 1 person pushing fighter bombers for the northern team. Air is hopelessly lost for the south. They need a miracle, and they need one quickly. I love fire bases so much in team games. Here we have an excellent example of why fire bases are a waste of mass. Units, fire base. Sucky Lucky Ducky goes down. Bit off more than he could chew with these units and point defense here, and a little bit of help from each of the team members. That was a Fire Beetle snipe. Excellently done by TA for life, sneaking those Fire Beetles in. I'm kind of sad that I wasn't zoomed in on that spot. Ah. Momo goes down. Back and forth, although we now have 2 players missing from each side, so it is still pretty evenly matched. The northern team is going for the spam option, pushing mobile missile launchers to try to break this fire base. Overall, I would say the better tactic, although as the game progresses and tech gets higher, I think that's going to be harder and harder to pull because of the boxiness of this map, having just a few gaps to deny. Gunship's out for Man of Action now. He is going to try to get in, but Swift Winds are going to deny that airspace. Armageddon, because of all the ACU nukes in the center, the massive swarm of interceptors that Team 1, that the northern team had, has disappeared. And now Armageddon has quite a good group of Swift Winds. have an air control shift to the south, although this expansion is being denied pretty handily by Man of Action. There are some point defense going up, but he is at least going to slow that down some. There's a flak down here, though. 2 flaks, so I hope... No. Gunships didn't even live long enough to make it. Those swift winds taking care of the problem pretty quickly. Swarms and swarms and swarms of mobile missile launchers. Morax is using his stealth and using his mobile missile launchers pretty wisely. I have noticed that that is a common theme with him. He waits for an opposing player to turtle up and then just swarms them with these Vipers. He does have T3 land out now. He has bricks ready to march in as soon as the defenses have dropped. Fighter bombers trying to snipe off Armageddon, but again, those swift winds are just so strong. Man of Action has shifted to T2 air and is producing swift winds, but as of yet, he just does not have enough to seize air control away from Armageddon. But I think that may have done it. Armageddon building too many combat units and not enough swift winds. Both teams expanding rapidly. Although this is a little more difficult for Cassimus because he has 2 right next to him. These were a little more spread out, so more readily accessible. TA for life. Yeah, TA for life is just seizing all of the economy. 85 mass income for TA for life, 97 for Hyoma. Massive economy advantage for the South team. Even though they lost that ACU early, they were able to deny the rush. Although, yes, massive trouble for Armageddon. Getting chased down by bricks and fighter bombers alike. Not a good situation to be in. TA for life is going to have to more than pull his weight. He has a gargantuan horde of units compared to what was going on early game. He has decided that point defense is not the way to go, and has so begun harassing with his handy-dandy Cybern units. T1 bombers out in the north. This is actually pretty surprising. They're going to wipe out a lot of build power. Air is not paying attention to this, and they need to be. That looks to be about a dozen engineers already. Engineers dropping over here for the reclaim. Those bricks coming in, invading Hyoma's homeland. Bricks are such a nasty thing to deal with when you do not have enough air control. Cassimus has got T3 air out now, pulling his ASF to cover down here for any potential air threats. They know that this is going to potentially end the game if they can just land the hit. Hyoma is down. He had a tac launcher snipe ready, but was not able to use it. And now it is up to TA for life. We're about to find out if he can masterfully come back 1 versus 3. He's done a pretty good job of wiping out all the expansions up here, and he does have a massive eco. 129 income, and he will have a very nice reclaim field. He was able to deal with all those units. He has a healthy commander and a healthy base. Still sitting okay on power. Still ready, willing, and able to win this game. He has his tack launchers loaded, 4 and 6 in each of those strats out for Casimus. That is going to be one worry for TA for Life. He does not have the infrastructure down for an air game, and the northern side has the strat bombers, has T3 air. That is going to be difficult to deny. Harby's up from Man of Action. He is going to be able to guard the pass and clean out these expansions here with those. TA for Life does not have heavy enough units on the field to deal with that. Armageddon pointing out that he needs T3 anti-air. He's going to lose all of his economy to strat bombers if he doesn't get it up. Bricks out in mass for TA for Life, although I think there are enough Harbingers here to deal with that. He needs to get together and group it up. Casimus looks like he's trying to get ready for a snipe now. He has 5 strat bombers. TA for Life has built himself quite the little barricade of shields. Take a peek at that commander real quick. It looks like he has, no, it is only T2. He has a couple of vet on his comm. He has T2 and stealth. So that will help him out slightly, but once they sight his comm, they can bomb it. This is what you have to do when you're at a disadvantage. You have to poke and prod and shift and try to get the other team off of their balance. Casimus having to use his strat bombers to deal with this expansion up here. TA for Life, I want to see his reclaim number. 80,000 reclaim versus 9, 27, and 7. Just enormous amounts of reclaim, sucking up all the mass he can wherever he can get it. He is trying to get up a T3 power. Sorry about that, guys. Got a little over ambitious with my mouse and alright, that's better. Bug on the field from Morax. I don't know how TA for Life is going to deal with that. He does not have enough SAMs. He does not have enough flak. This bug is going to be able to make its merry way around the outside of the base and just wipe out all of this expansion. Sitting on 10 out of 10 tacks. Not sure why TA for Life is not using those. There is no TMD in the fire bases. T3 power going down to the bug. I think this may be game. No, swapping target prioritization, toying with TA for Life. Throwing out the good game. That was a good game indeed. He had his T3 air factory up, and he had his T3 power up. He was about to get himself back into the air game, but sad to say, Morax was able to throw up that Ripper since he was unopposed. He just used his teched up to a few T3 mexes and went for it. Ripper ends the game. Alright, well played, people, and as always, thanks for watching, guys. I do need more replays. If anyone has any good replays, if you can check them for desyncs and link them in the comments, that would be fantastic. I will do my best to get to all of them, and just thank you for watching, guys.